The second learning goal for a culturally responsive classroom is to allow children to experience diversity and value it. And I have 6 ideas that will help you create that classroom environment where diversity is celebrated. And the first one is to support positive interactions among children. Some people say that just by allowing them to experience diversity, by being in that inclusion classroom that has children with special needs, or by being in a classroom that has children of different cultures or ethnicities, that they will embrace diversity. But it's not true, because the interactions among children are often ones of curiosity, and that curiosity can be handled in a positive way or a negative way. So I'm sure that everyone in the class has been around a child that has seen someone in a wheelchair, or they've seen someone who wears glasses for the first time, or they've seen someone whose eyes look different, or skin is a different color. And the first thing that they'll do is question, why is that person in a giant stroller if it's a wheelchair? Or why is that person wearing glasses when it's not sunny out? They're wearing glasses inside. They ask questions, and they may or may not say that in a positive way. Also, they may be scared. Well, I don't want to play with that person because they have glasses, or I don't think they'll be able to play with me since they're in the wheelchair, so I don't want to be their friend. So we want to explain to them that they are different. We don't want to say, oh, they're the same as us, they just look different. We want to explain to them why they are different or how they are different, and make that a positive. That way that we are honest with them and give the explanation, it tells them that it's okay, and it allows them to kind of figure that out on their own. Oh, it's okay. They're different, but I can still do this. The same thing is true when you have that negative reaction. Well, I don't want to play with him because he has glasses. You want to explain that that's not okay. We want to make sure they understand that we can't treat people differently when they're different from us. And you have to intervene in that and show them how we can hurt people's feelings. We need to explain empathy. One of the really neat ways you can do that is by reading literature that has the same kind of problems in it, and show how the characters in the book feel. And then they learn, oh, well, that's how my friend would feel if I did that. So it's important that we support positive interactions, intervene when you see a negative interaction happening, and give helpful explanations when they have questions or they're curious about something. This is really explained well on page 194 and 195, and it gives developmentally what we can expect from children at different ages and how to foster that development. So make sure you check out those 2 charts. Now, across the bottom, we have some more specific curriculum ideas. First of all, we want to avoid the tourist curriculum. And the tourist curriculum is where we take a very small moment and we explore some sort of diversity. We all know that we have the African American celebration in the month of January. We also know that there's times where we might just say, hey, we're going to learn about this culture, and then it's a once and done. We want to make sure that we don't have once and done in our classroom. To have a normal classroom that respects diversity of all, we need to constantly be integrating diverse materials, diverse music, diverse literature, the pictures on the walls, the kind of food we have in the dramatic play center. All of that should be representative in your classroom, and not just expressed during holidays or times on the calendar that would be appropriate to look at one certain group. This disconnected curriculum, if you have a tourist curriculum, it disconnects and it says, well, only once out of the year do we have to look at this kind of diversity, or once of the year this kind of diversity. That says to children that their difference is inferior to everyday normal. So everyday normal should represent all diversities. And that's how we are going to integrate diversity into a curriculum. So now curriculum is a lot of times predetermined. You have to teach the skills of whatever age of child that you are working with. But we can choose different themes in our classroom to teach the curriculum. So a lot of times we have, I'm going to say some random ones. You can have a penguin theme in the winter, and you can have a circus theme, and you can have a spring theme, and you can, learn about apples. We can also pick themes that integrate diversity within the curriculum. So maybe one week we study countries around the world, and maybe another week we study living in an urban area as our theme, or living in the country as our theme, or anything. But then within those themes, let's say we do have an apple theme. I know specifically of some diverse literature. We have the regular books, the nonfiction books where they're going to learn how an apple grows, and they might learn about seasons of the apple tree. But I have a story called Apple Pie 4th of July, and this is a story about an Asian family that celebrates their Independence Day when it's not the 4th of July. What do they do on the 4th of July? I have another book where the little girl goes around the world collecting things to make an apple pie, and she visits all kinds of different cultures and sees how they cook. There's a way to integrate diversity through literature, through music, and through the materials that we choose for art projects, the material that we choose for math manipulatives, the material that we choose just in our dramatic play centers again. These have to be representative of all the children in our classroom. So we want to make sure that our curriculum covers the content and learning goals, but how we teach that integrates diversity often.